The Village of 1,000 Ships. In the wild and white north, there is a village that has two names. The first name is Nordler and comes from the man who discovered it, Frederick Nordler, the great explorer who sailed further into the northern sea than any man before. And the second name, the name that has made it famous worldwide, is the Village of 1,000 Ships. And so begins The Girl, the Cat and the Navigator by Matilda Woods. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm a teacher librarian in Canberra, Australia, and today I'm going to talk to you about this book. This is a magical, magical read. I picked it up because I really adored the first book of Matilda Woods, The Boy, the Bird and the Coffin Maker. And Matilda Woods has not disappointed in this one. She has created this magical, magical Northern European land where people are stoic, where people are strong, where people survive in the harshest of winters, but then created these gentle and magical characters as well. The story all begins with the fortune teller coming to town. She's picked a shell out of the ocean, she's listened to it, and it's told her that the greatest sea captain of this village is going to have a son. And she shares this with this guy, and he goes on to have another child. He already has 6 girls and he wants no more. Thinking he's going to have a son, they have another, and he gets another girl. And this girl is just shunned by the family. She is the biggest disappointment to them, all because she's not a boy. Now, I'll go into that a bit more, but there's one really magical part of this, and it's the actual town. The town, every house in it is made from the ship, from sunken ships, ships that wash into shore, and they take the wood and they make these buildings, and these buildings are just magical. They leak like ships. You know, if the ship has been sunk in a storm, then at certain times the ship, maybe the windows will fly open at 3 a.m. in the morning because that's when the ship sunk. So the houses are just absolutely magical, and they are a huge part of the story, or just a magical part of the story. Now back to the girl, because I just didn't want to forget about those houses. The girl, Una, she is left to her devices a lot, and all she wants to be is an explorer and a navigator, and get out on the ships. But girls are not allowed on ships because they're considered bad luck. She roams around, looking at ships in the ocean and learning as much as she can about the ocean. She works out a way that she can go to school, and I won't tell you that because girls are not meant to go to school. And her sisters really don't like her and treat her really badly, because she, according to them, she shouldn't have been born. And so the woman that made the prophecy that Una was going to be this great navigator, she loses all faith of the village folk, and so they shun her. But then when Una is, I think, about 9 or 10, she makes another prediction that the greatest winter is going to come, and the sea captain, Una's father, needs to go out to sea sooner because he needs to go and get the whale meat before the ices come in and stop his ship going out, because the village relies on him to capture whales, to bring enough fish in so that the village just bunkers down for the winter. And what he decides is his daughters need to be married off, so they're sending them south, and Una doesn't want to go, so she stows away, and she becomes part of the crew on the ship. Now, the only way that once they discover her that she does this is the navigator, and hence the part about the navigator. He saves her, and the other important one is the cat, because cats have 7 lives and they all belong on ships, and so the cat is a really important part of the story as well. I can hear the builders out there making noise, so I'm going to actually stop there. I highly recommend this if you love magic and fantasy, and just make this really wonderful feeling in you come about. Just go and get it. It's really good. Share it with your kids. It's lovely. The Girl and the Cat and the Navigator by Matilda Woods. Thanks for listening.